Hey everybody, Kendra here. So we're going over how to do a genogram and why we want to. This is part 3, and here we're going to talk about the way my genogram looks. Okay, so we've already gone over the legend, right? So here we're going to look at the bigger thing, bigger picture. I'm just going to come way back here and show you how big it is because I just love that it was so big. I just loved having this poster board. It was fantastic. So here we have a multi-generational genogram. Okay. Here, what I did was I separated it into maternal and paternal, and you can see the brackets down this way and that way. And the legend that we went over before, that's what I color coded all of this with. Okay. And that's how I can see what kind of patterns are everywhere. Oh, another thing I didn't mention was that whenever you're making it, if let's say this is my maternal great grandma, she's died, right? So I put the X. I put her name here. And I would, if I knew her age when she passed away, I would have put her age. I didn't know it. But here we have one of my great aunts, and I put her age here, right? She was 70 when she passed away. That is really important to do because then you can see also whenever people are dying in your family and if there are certain diseases that are also creating this, because a lot of times whenever we sweep things under the rug and we don't pay attention to trauma or just again the unsafety in the nervous system that's getting passed down into our bodies, epigenetics, then we're not noticing the disease that is also coming up because somatically our body is showing signs that it needs to release something, right? This trauma is actually causing us physical harm. Okay. It's not just a memory that we stored away, right? Okay. So, in this, where I wanted more of this legend and this key, I put like a square or a rectangle, and then that's where I put all of these things that pertained to that person. Okay. And then again, like I said, all of the squiggly lines between the people I put here. And as you can see, it's crazy and super colorful, but the colors are kind of associated with things that suck a little bit, right? So here I see, let me sit down, that there is a cycle of sexual assault in my family. From generation to generation, it was just the norm that the dads would sexually assault their daughters, and the daughters would just have to put up with it, and the male would just have to, or the female, the mom, would just have to put up with it because there was no other way out, right? In this, I see a lot of addiction, acceptable addiction, and addiction such as alcoholism and things like that, substance misuse. Okay. I see people who are so afraid to communicate and talk to each other about anything. See a lot of issues with pregnancy and miscarriages, with not talking about things like death or dying, or my great aunt that was killed when she was 2. No, she was just gonna, no, not my aunt. She was gonna be a cousin. It was my aunt's kid. And so there's a lot of tragedy and there's sadness. It's not just let's be angry at these people. It's also looking at, wow, this might have caused this, right? In this, I could have added, had it been available to me, the childhood of my great-grandparents, right? Or more on my dad's side, but there wasn't a lot on my dad's side because he was abandoned by his mom, and she had so many people in and out of the house, and he wound up, in like a boys' camp. And luckily he's a recovered alcoholic now, or I guess y'all, the community, like to say recovering. Either way, so it could have been a lot worse, right? We've gotten to the point where the dads are just, in my generation, are emotionally unavailable. But from what I know, what I've been told and what I feel, for me, we haven't had any type of sexual misconduct in this generation. Now, with the generation before me, there was that, right? So I was sexually assaulted and molested as a child by my step-grandfather. The women in my family choose men who are chaotic, abusers, addicts. And there's that sense of, this is the way it is, right? But with me, it definitely stops with me personally. I don't plan on having children, first of all, but that's not why. I just don't want to have children. But either way, if I were, I would know that whenever my genetics and my cells would make that baby, that baby is more than likely not going to have to deal with a lot of the shit that came along with my lineage, because I've healed a lot of it. Talking about this, there is a little bit of tightness and activation up here. I'm on my grounding mat, so that's helpful. But, there's a part of me that has indifference towards a lot of these people who have done me harm and who have done my other family members harm, because times have changed. Things are different now. I am a licensed counselor, soon to be. I'm an associate. I just need to get my license in the mail. But I just see so much with my clients, and I just hear so much. And living life is challenging. So I'm not saying it's okay what people have done, but I'm saying I might understand why some of the people have done what they've done. Yeah, the opposite of hate is not love, it's indifference. So, anyway, whenever you're doing these, it's really important to look at, here's some questions here with this book, The Transformation. Also, did y'all know that books with like covers on them, like they're hard, they're like really pretty if you just take the cover off. I'm going to use it for decoration on my entertainment center whenever my partner puts it together, because I'm not good at putting things together. Didn't get that gene from my dad. But anyway, here's some good questions to ask whenever you do your genogram. I think I'll make a part 4 video. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Remember that I am making videos soon for purchase on my website that can help you master your wellness journey in so many different areas. The link to my website is below, and also I have a book that's out that helps you really, again, master your wellness emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually. So go check it out. Bye.